I was like, is it always supposed to taste that salty?
And we're live.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Backpage News Show presented by Down to the Wire. I'm Jacob Racco.
I'm co-host John Balser, and off camera we got fact guy Coleman on the keys.
What's up, guys? I love the fact.
Just podcasting, bro.
Road to Rip podcast, man. Yeah. That's what you get for being late.
Thanks for inviting me.
Well, we got a big episode for you guys. Do you want to give them a breakdown, man?
Yeah, first things first, before we get into it.
Yeah.
This episode's fueled by Red Bull. Like, follow, subscribe, drop a comment, share it, show your mom, show your dad, stepmom, stepdad, stepsis. And let's get going here.
Stepsis is ever stuck in the laundry machine or anything like that, just throw this in front of her face. You know, don't have any other bad thoughts. Just throw this on while we wait for help to come. All right. Now break it down. I was too excited.
Okay, everyone knows what's going on right now. If you don't, there's a huge writer's strike going on. There's also the actors join them, so it's a writers and actors strike. And Universal Studios just sabotaged their protest right now. What went down was in front of Universal Studios, they trimmed down the trees that were providing shade for the protesters in the midst of a heat wave. They're expecting 90 plus degree weather, and the trees are trimmed right down. Gave them a number 1.
Yeah. Old Brazilian on these trees, man. Like, they wax these things. Like, no one is getting shade under these trees at all.
Pretty shady, if you ask me. This is a writer's strike, man. I'm sorry. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Anytime a joke bombs, that's exactly what
It's in protest.
Exactly.
It's in solidarity, man.
How do you feel about this move? Is this a good move? Is it a bad move? Is it a scummy move? Like,
do I think it's a good move?
Yeah, like, I mean, you know, like, obviously
Okay,
you gotta trim your trees every once in a while. You gotta trim the tree. You know, we all know you gotta
everything aside, genius.
It is genius.
Super evil genius.
Like, this is smoking them out. You know what I mean? You want to strike? How about striking in 100 plus degree weather?
So their defense for it is that this is their annual tree trimming that goes down. The environmental side of it, people in LA are like, dude, in the heat wave, we need as much greenery as possible. Apparently, like, it's good for the environment to have as much. I don't know.
We're not a science podcast. We're a comedy news podcast.
LA gets a lot of smog, so the green and the trees eat the carbon dioxide.
It helps for it. Okay, good. Fact guy.
I almost said, shut up, nerd. You're right. That was a fact.
It's my entire thing.
That's why we got you on payroll.
Anyways.
Not really. We're pulling a Universal on you. Good thing there's no union here, huh?
He is HR too. That's the worst part. Yes.
So, sorry, but they got fined $250
for a first-time offense,
which is the maximum penalty.
Yeah, seems light.
Yeah.
Mind you, anyone is entitled to trim their own trees at whatever time they want.
Well, this was illegal though, because it's LA's trees.
Oh,
and they just trimmed them for no reason. Well, because they do it every year, apparently, even though this is the first time they've been caught.
Well, the fine wasn't for environmental reasons. The fine was because they didn't have the permit to actually trim the trees.
Which makes me seem like they don't do it every year.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cat. That's definitely fake. Yeah. That's hilarious. That's they're like, yeah, you want to go to war? I'll show you war.
250 seems super light. If they also paid their like entire Orange is the New Black cast $250.
Yeah,
I know that's Netflix, not Universal, but I don't know if you guys saw this viral video, but one of like the main actors or writers from Orange is the New Black got paid $27 in residuals.
Crazy. And that's what this whole strike is about, is fighting for more compensation, more residuals after streaming platforms have kind of lampooned the way that writers get paid.
It's a good word.
Was that the right way to use it?
I honestly don't know.
I think I meant to say harpooned. Whatever.
They definitely pooned them.
They pooned us. They pooned them in one way, shape, or form. But yeah, that is what these writers are looking for, is more money, essentially. That's why all strikes happen.
More money, less poonage.
Less poonage.
They want residuals is what they want.
Sometimes more money brings more poonage, though. You know what I mean? Though it's kind of crazy. The more money you have, the more poonage you get. It's a
vicious cycle.
It's a vicious cycle.
So what they want, in short, is better residuals, because broadcast television has great residuals because they resolved their strike back in the day. And now residuals are great. But broadcast television is basically dead. It's just streaming. And streaming kind of like use that to their advantage. So people from Orange is the New Black get paid $27 in residuals. So that's what they're fighting. But also they're also fighting the they're calling it residuals and robots because the AI aspect of it.
I'm calling it that.
You're calling it that. You're they. When I say they, I mean Coleman. So they hate black people.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Holy fuck.
Okay. So the robots part of it, the AI thing, they're just because basically what they're trying to do too, I saw is they want background actors to allow studios to like scan their face, pay them for that day of background acting, and then just reuse them without pay for years to come until the end of time.
That's kind of sick. Morbid, but sick.
It's kind of cool, but
Yeah.
you can't.
A lot of entertainment contracts have the language in perpetuity. Like we can use your name and likeness in perpetuity. Yeah, it's like the most arcane shit that I've ever heard, bro. It's
We signed a
so
contract that was in perpetuity.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, when we did the CBC thing. So, yeah,
Crazy.
we're owned by CBC, I guess.
At least our perpetuity is. Yeah. There it is.
Also, like the writing too, because they're trying to get rid of the writer's room. So they want like, they're turning it into like a gig job. You know what I mean? It's not like an actual career anymore unless they win unless obviously something's going to get settled, because obviously it can't keep going on like this, because you can't just have ChatGPT writing your scripts.
I think that like, what's it going to boil down to though? Like, is it really going to get resolved? Do they have to pay these people? Because I'm sure there's going to be like new people coming up. There's like, fuck it, I'll do it for cheap.
I think they're going to see like, no. Well, even if people that are willing to do it for cheap, they're going to treat it like freelance gigs.
True.
And it'll be people like me and you that just walk in and are like, I can write a blockbuster film. I'm going to write a motion picture of the century. And it's just going to fucking suck. You know what I mean? Maybe not. I mean, selling ourselves short, but like, it could, like, you know what I mean? It's just gonna like,
I'm capable of like Sharknado at best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the best. Cocaine Bear is a stretch for my writing abilities. You know what I mean?
so I think they're gonna realize. Obviously, I think it's always money talks, and they're losing tons of money by the second every day the strike lasts because they're just stopping, halting productions. So I think they're gonna come to some sort of agreement. They don't even want that much money.
Yeah,
like, they're just asking to like be able to afford health insurance. Like they just want like basic stuff, man.
I'm laughing.
Basic
it's not
stuff.
funny.
Yeah, not having to
laughing.
look for like 5 jobs in a year. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I think that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Job security and healthcare insurance.
That's all they want.
Not bad.
Because back in the day with broadcast television, a show would go from like fall till end of spring. So you would have a job for basically the entire year, like a teacher. You're just off for the summertime. You know what I mean? So now it's like shows are like 8 episodes long in a season. So you have like 2 weeks of maybe a month's worth of work. Like, damn, bro. So anyways, they're striking. They're walking down the streets. I'm looking at these signs though. This is my one beef, writers. Get a little more creative here. I mean, holy, you're trying to prove a point. Yeah. All your signs are the same. It's just the basic signs. Some of them add some stuff to them. One of them said something like "ho ho ho." Without us, there's no HBO. There's another one that's like "do the right thing," spelt like right. I don't know. It's like you're really proving to these fucking companies, these studios, that they could just use ChatGPT.
Just like be more direct. Give us money. Give us more money. Put that on your sign.
Or like, I don't know. I feel bad for the writers that are getting writer's block while they're trying to come up with these picket signs. That's tough.
Could you like what do you think that looks like?
I think it looks like them fucking trying to write something clever, keep on scratching shit out, and they just end up going on ChatGPT, coming up with something clever, and like, here you go.
I like the idea of the writer that like just the tortured writer who locks himself in the room to create something for like a whole year. You know what I mean? Just don't see any light. They miss the whole writer's strike because they're just sitting there with their piece of Bristol board and their thick lined Sharpie marker, and they just can't think of anything clever or good enough to put on their sign to make it out to the picket line. Yeah. Let's talk about Hollywood right now, though. Like, what's actually happening?
I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting time because you have the writer's strike. You also have Barbenheimer. I saw this story about this theater mistakenly played Oppenheimer with Barbie subtitles in India.
Such a mind fuck.
So they're watching Oppenheimer and Barbie subtitles are playing underneath. I didn't know movies like this existed. Apparently it's really common overseas though.
What?
To have subtitles in a movie theater.
Yeah, dude.
But
because the subs translate better than the actual text. So to overdub it sounds brutal, but to just put the text at the bottom.
But these subtitles are in English.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
So did they dub it and then put English subtitles in case?
Maybe. I guess we'll never know.
Respectable.
Field trip.
So does this mean that Barbie had Oppenheimer subtitles?
Honestly,
like, did they fuck it up that bad?
Just sub them right out.
Also, the screenshot they posted was just a random scene from Oppenheimer, and the text says, "Barbie, we're so happy to see you." I want to know what the text was saying when the bomb went off.
Yeah.
Like, what part of the Barbie movie were you at when the bombs went off, you know?
Or like, there's like a part in the Barbie movie. I've not seen it, so I don't know what's happening. Like in the part where it's supposed to say, "Barbie, we're so happy to see you." It's just like Oppenheimer quotes. It's just like, "Oh my God, ow, oh my leg, that bomb, it's so bright. Ah!" But in subtitles on the bottom of the Barbie movie. Do you think we're going to see like more of these pre-awareness type movies? I feel like we already kind of are.
Well, I mean, it seems to be doing really well. Like, obviously, this weekend is huge, this past weekend. Yeah, it's this whole kind of thing that Hollywood realizes that remakes suck.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't just keep making sequels. Well, you can. Fast 10 just proved you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, people like hate it. It's like cinema's kind of
it didn't really make very much money in North America. It made a lot of money overseas,
globally, yeah.
which is kind of how those tend. Like Transformers, massive in China,
but
like people don't really tend to be going to the theater.
Well, that's what they're making the movies for.
Well, yeah, and this is the first like time that we've really seen like a huge surge in theater attendance.
Well, especially post-pandemic, nothing like this. So, I think we'll see it because they want to hold on to that nostalgia factor, which is why they keep doing these remakes and sequels that we've seen over the years. But it's weird because like Mattel, the toy company that owns Barbie, they have like 40 plus more movies in development of just other toys like He-Man, fucking
Barney.
Hot Wheels, Barney.
All the crazy ones, man.
So I think it's like, it's frustrating with me because like, yes, technically it's original. Like even Oppenheimer, like technically it's original. There wasn't like an Oppenheimer 1 or something like a remake of the movie.
Well, there was an Oppenheimer 1. It just happened in 1945.
That's my fucking point, though. That's my point. Is like it's a biopic. It's based on a true story, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like I think we're just done with true original stories.
Like that seems to be the trend because we saw the Tetris movie, Blackberry
sick
movie.
Fucking movie.
Blackberry
Tetris was a good movie.
The Blackberry,
such a good movie.
The Blackberry,
like top fucking tier movie, bro.
The Blackberry movie. Air, the Michael Jordan Nike story, Flaming Hot. It's about the guy who created Flaming Hot flavor for Doritos. Like he saved. Like,
I fucking hate that guy, but love that guy at the same time.
The best worst person for my health of all time, man. It's like that, and then whoever first smoked weed. Like that's how it goes.
My anal's second least favorite person. Anus, sorry, not anal. We'll edit that in post. Yeah.
Who's the first least favorite person?
So what we got going on in Hollywood right now is a major issue. So yeah, this whole idea of pre-awareness is like, hey, if the people don't want remakes, reboots, we can still rely on nostalgia through like pre-awareness. So Barbie, technically an original movie.
And so Mattel, the toy company, is like now commissioning, I think we read 45, I think there are movies in the works of different various toys. Like Daniel Kaluuya is heading a Barney movie. Jerry Seinfeld's working on like a Pop-Tart movie. So like,
yeah, those aren't even the Mattel ones.
Those aren't Mattel ones. Sorry.
Yeah, Barney is.
Like, Barney is. But
He-Man.
Yeah.
Hot Wheels, Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah, with Vin Diesel and Rock'em Sock'em. So there's a bunch of these ones that are kind of like coming out now. But I made a list of toys that I think could make good movies.
Okay.
All right, ready? I think a cooking show with only easy bake ovens would be a good one. Like and everyone gets salmonella at the end because it's all undercooked because you use easy bake ovens. I think that's a good one.
Yeah, that's good.
And then that just goes into like a like like an operation. Operation is followed by, or Easy Bake Oven Cook-Off is followed by operation, and then you're just like treating the people who got sick from the Easy Bake Oven stuff.
Right on. That's actually good. You have this mapped out.
You've seen Mighty Ducks 1. You've seen Mighty Ducks 2, and you've seen Mighty Ducks 3, but now get ready for Mighty Beans as Mighty Beans take the ice in an all-new D4, The Mighty Beans Unleashed.
I can picture the trailer for that. You've seen Mighty Beans.
Exactly. You've seen the Mighty Ducks. Emilio Estevez, he coaches like a team of Mighty Beans, a little ragtag group of Mighty Beans into, I don't know what they do. I haven't thought of that one much further. Pet Rock, nice fad. I think typecast that with Dwayne The Rock Johnson makes sense. Sort of like a Groot role, for him. He doesn't say a whole lot.
Good for the writer's strike.
Exactly.
Studios would want to pick that up.
Exactly. It's a low budget film, I think. And he kind of fights crime in like a unsuspecting way. Like the authorities show up and there's just The Rock sitting there, and then like a bunch of people dead.
Yeah. Or like The Rock just is present in a fight scene, like some epic fight scene with there's criminal activity, and like one of the guys like just trips over The Rock, and that leads to like him to like fall into someone else, and that guy like turns around, like shoots someone else, and there's like a huge scene of like that gun then ricochets off of something, and then some guy like falls and like face plants into The Rock, and it just fucking impedes his head. Stuff like that.
That's good.
That's all I got. That's good.
Yeah,
that's
man.
good. So you have a career moving forward.
At least
a big opportunity for you.
Yeah. At least for a month at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, it's interesting because like you do have like the Barbie movie, for example, where it's like, yes, technically original, but what the fuck, like it's still like not an original idea, but like the narrative of it, I haven't seen it, but from what I heard, it's like a cool narrative. So you take something that's real life and you come up with this whole backstory. That's interesting. Like Barbie like thinks that there's like women have a lot of power in the Barbie universe because of all like the different toys that they have, like President Barbie, Dr. Barbie, Lawyer Barbie, and then she comes in the real world and sees how fucked up it is. It's kind of like a cool narrative, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like both. Like I guess it's not original, but kind of original because you're making it original. So it's interesting to see like what Hollywood's going to turn into. It's obviously going to turn into a bunch of toy movies. Get ready for that.
You've been watching them since you're 13, right? Short films. Alrighty. Well, I think that's all the time we have.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. What toy would you like to see in a movie?
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know. Yeah. Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird.
Let us know.
Like, follow, subscribe.